Live at 11, President Donald Trump could be just hours away from becoming the first president in U.S. history to be impeached twice, this time for what House Democrats say is incitement of insurrection for the Capitol attack. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Sharon Tazwell. Let's go ahead and take a live look at the representatives on the House floor debating the article of impeachment against President Trump. It's been going on all morning. Let's go ahead and bring in Spectrum News 1 political reporter Kevin Fry, who is in Washington, D.C. and has watched all of these historic events unfold. Good morning, Kevin.
Yeah, good morning. The House is in the process of one of a series of votes today. This is more of a procedural vote. We'll then see a vote on the actual kind of parameters on how they're going to do the debate on the articles of impeachment. And then the big vote everyone will be watching is going to be later this afternoon. At least that is the timeline that is our understanding in terms of when we'll see that impeachment vote. As you mentioned, the article under consideration is incitement of insurrection. This all stems back to the president's speech at that rally ahead of the attack on the Capitol. If you can believe it, it was a week ago today. If we want to show you some of those images from that day, of course, we saw this mob invading the Capitol in spaces that the public is typically not even allowed in. The members of lawmakers, members of Congress were forced to essentially evacuate. Some were stuck in the chamber and had to basically hide under chairs for a period of time while they were waiting to be evacuated from the chamber. And ultimately, 5 people are dead in relation to this incident. Now, we understand, according to lawmakers that I've heard from within the North Carolina delegation, my expectation this is going to be largely a party line vote within our own delegation. Democrats all lining up, co-sponsoring this article of impeachment. Republicans pushing back, including Congressman Dan Bishop, who argued about basically freedom of speech. Take a listen to his argument from the House floor just a little while ago.
The violence last Wednesday was abhorrent. Perpetrators should be prosecuted. Those responsible for security decisions held accountable. Congress can disapprove, revile, condemn, even censure, but you cannot, consistent with the rule of law, punish that which the Constitution's First Amendment declares protected. If you do it, the violators of duty to this Constitution, however angry, will be those who vote for this article of impeachment.
Now, there are some in the Republican ranks who are going to vote for impeachment, though none that we've heard from North Carolina as of this point. That includes Liz Cheney, the daughter of the former vice president, one of the top leaders in the Republican Party on the House of Representatives. She says she will be voting for impeachment. Whether that opens the door for other Republicans to follow suit, that is going to be something to watch this afternoon. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there on the Republican side. And Kevin, we are in the middle of this impeachment process, and President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration is just 1 week away. So what is being done to ramp up security there? Well, today is the day that the U.S. Secret Service is going to be basically starting their enhanced protection of Capitol Hill and federal offices throughout the District of Columbia. That was scheduled to start a little closer to Inauguration Day, but they actually moved up those protections a few days in light of what we saw play out here last week. And I can tell you just from getting into the office today that they have expanded the security perimeter around the Capitol itself. There's actually a military vehicle parked out front of our office. I had to show my badge to get past a police line to get to the office today. So that they are enhancing that. And then, of course, on top of that is just the respects that we see all of these thousands of National Guard troops pouring into the district. We have seen reports of them sleeping in the Capitol. Scenes like this, it's hard to really comprehend, scenes that really haven't been seen in this country for quite a long time, Sharon.
Sad state of affairs that we're having here in our country. Sadly, this is where we're at right now. We'll see what happens after today. Kevin, thanks. And of course, we'll be keeping track of the latest on the Hill throughout the day, all right here on Spectrum News 1. You can follow along even when you're away from your TV with the Spectrum News app and our